And start. And live. I just need to update the chat URL because it undoubtedly changed because it's technically a new stream. Custom browser docs, YouTube, paste, apply, close. But yeah, let's say someone does like a super chat, right? There's a solid 50-50 chance that I just won't see it on the dashboard. Anyway.
Why did this start playing?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ooh, we're gonna kill the princess.
Really? It's a bit mean.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the
Why would you want
end
to do
of
that?
the world.
Because the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. And therefore we're gonna slay her.
Neat.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Good tea.
So disrespectful, bro.
I was really hoping there was an option here for automatically continue the text.
You gotta be engaged. What?
Don't linger on the specifics.
There is
you
an
have a
option?
job to do here. Just get
I'll
in
take it
there and
later.
do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Mm-hmm.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by
You already
asking
don't
how we
trust
know
him?
that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens.
No, I don't trust
to
him.
this
Never trust the
situation.
narrator. Narrator lies.
Causality
Okay.
doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Yeesh. Pessimist much?
I firmly believe that he is lying to me right now.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
I will not be slaying her.
Does it? Are you a monarchist?
Yes.
Is slaying
No.
a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a
I like monarchs.
seamstress?
I'm not a
If
monarchist.
anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to
Fuck the
society.
seamstress.
I mean, he has a point. One gives cloth to the
Of course I
world,
have.
the other
Why
sits
would
on
I
a
even
throne
consider
and goes,
that?
oh.
Nobody wants the world to end.
I want the world to end.
I mean, maybe
It's
some
so weird
people
hearing
do.
you twice.
Nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Okay, tip for you. Anything that doesn't have the word explore next to it will advance the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Are you serious?
there you go.
No,
let you know.
you have to do it.
I kind of don't have to do it, actually.
Yeah, you could just leave.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
He's gonna give you some cake. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Cake's a lie?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us,
Yeah,
you're the
Parallax.
only one who
Pretty
can
cool.
pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
One of my favorite things to do in this game is just walk around and look at the parallaxes.
So my options are I can go and I'll maybe kill her, go to the cabin, go to the cabin, go to the cabin, go to the cabin, or turn around and leave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe I'll
We'll
slay her.
just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap
Maybe
you
I'll
in her
kill her.
web of lies.
I might
And the
not.
more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
But it is actually just like a thematic trope that exists in storytelling
Then
where the
each
narrator
and
lies.
every one of us
Usually
is
by
doomed.
omission, but sometimes directly.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way
I mean,
up
he
the
seems like he's
short
been
path
pretty
to
honest
the
with you.
cabin.
He's been very
You'll
blunt.
find the princess.
You want to tell me what the prize is? That gives me instant distrust. Because he doesn't have anything on hand ready to tell me. He's lying through his metaphorical teeth.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Slay the princess.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
Bro, you're
bare.
on stream.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's just enter the basement without the blade.
You gonna take the blade?
Nope.
The door to the
Okay.
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here,
Crew, by the way, one
slaying
quick
her
thing.
is
I'm in
probably
the way
doing
of
her
the
a
text
favor.
on stream.
Oh. Well, I got a solution for that, actually. Hang on.
Fucking flip me and chuck me over to the other side.
Actually, I have a better idea. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Don't shrink me.
Oh, I'm not shrinking you.
Don't make me. What are you doing?
You'll see.
What are you doing? What?
There you go.
Help! I don't like you. I'm not a spider snake. Help!
Is that a thing?
No.
Her voice softly carries
here's the
up
thing,
the
crew.
stairs.
Save slots won't matter.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing.
You're not allowed to save scum.
It's the
Okay.
kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Am I gonna remember this for the rest of my life, Snecko?
Are you gonna remember me for the rest of your life?
Yes, but also, how's the blood rushing your head? How's that feeling? How's that going for you?
I don't have blood.
Yes, you do, you cold-blooded lizard.
I don't have blood.
Yes, you do.
I'm just meat. There's no blood. Just meat.
What a meaty boy.
You just gonna stay here forever?
I'm definitely not poking a thing on a game that I'm playing on my phone. There you go.
Crew, stop playing
Don't let
Egg
it
Inc.
fool you. It's all part
But
of the
Egg Inc!
manipulation.
Also, how did you know?
Playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
What other mobile game have you been playing for the past week?
I told you?
Yes, you did.
I did.
Uh,
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'm gonna take all your money, bro.
What's this about taking money?
Stop playing game.
I'm not.
Focus, focus. Hey,
You're only making this more difficult.
Narrator's lying, so fuck him.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, I think you were, because you brought me on this.
You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nah.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Sorry, fam.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the
pause
princess
for a
away
second.
down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
oh wait.
They
this
wouldn't
is
have
done.
just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
What was that, Sneko?
In the promotional material for this game, there is a screenshot of you holding a key to the latch to the chains with a lock, but that's not an option you can ever get in the game.
Huh.
So, yeah, it's weird.
Maybe there's some way to
Pretty sure
break
that's
the
because it was in the
chains?
demo, like the first build.
Mm-hmm.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Yeah, we could cut your arm off.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Hey, I mean, if the option is having an arm or dying chained to a wall, I'm
If we were
gonna
stuck down here
lose
long
the arm.
enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
The
You
hero
attempt to
agrees
make your
with you.
way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Kill the girl and wipe away the debt.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Shut up. You're
This would have been so much
Bioshock
easier
references.
if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Come on, do it.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yes, but I'm not locked. But I don't have a thing on my. The door's made of wood. All you have to do is beat on it for like half an hour. It will be through.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
I mean, probably. Yeah.
She barely hesitates before
Oh,
raising
Jesus
her arm to her
Christ.
mouth,
Did you
her
even
teeth
stop to
tearing through her
question
limb
her?
with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
She's a
It's the
furry.
blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment,
That
place
looks
the blade
awful.
against
Oh my
the
god, I hate this.
self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding
Yeah,
chain
it's pretty
binding
grody.
her to this place.
Grody isn't even the word for it.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the
She
ground,
does not care.
and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Well, she is a maniac, so.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically.
There would be a lot more than that blood running from her arm.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess
Oh, my hand's
approaches
changed.
the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Or my curse has changed.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
It's because you're holding the knife now.
Yeah, that's a
Look at your hand.
interesting. I mean, I figured it was my hand right from the beginning, but slay, 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 warn, slay, 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 warn.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Lots of slays. I'm just checking to see if there's anything other than the resist here.
The blade. Move the blade.
Never. Fuck you.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
And I take a cautious sneeze.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Funky claws you got there, buddy.
Yep.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Fuck you, narrator.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm getting murdered.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Something tells me he's upset at you.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Indeed.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
I love that word, rivulets.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich
looks
coming
so
from
sad.
you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Good job, crew.
Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're
Fuck the
on a
narrator.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Interesting.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Everything's tinted red this time. Terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu.
Also
No,
miss the
you
music.
don't have that. This
Also
is
the music.
First time either of us have been here.
Stuff do be happening. Indeed, Hoken. But I have actually zero spoilers. The only reason I'm playing this is because Sneko here bought it for me and told me to play it multiple times. So yeah.
Yeah. Don't
He
spoil
doesn't
it.
remember
I
what
would be
happened,
sad.
then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
I'm the Smitten!
The Smitten!
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Fuck you, narrator.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't
could
get
just
you
leave.
any closer to
I
doing
could, but
your
I'm not
job
going
than
to.
saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Alright.
Let's assume that I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why would I listen to you? Why would I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Narrator knows exactly what happened. He's lying through his teeth.
You were the one who did us in, villain.
See? See? Smitten is me.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her.
Focus.
But the game is excellent.
Eggs are less
Oh, I
important.
wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I beg to differ.
I agree with the Smitten.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume
love
that
this man.
whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yeah, but except for the definitely he remembers, so he's gonna do different things.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply
Who
rewind
remembers?
itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
She went out and had a ball.
She would never. She's
She was a perfect angel,
that
and you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Convoluted. I
not
don't know
grateful
how
enough
this
for that.
premise could be any more simple.
princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
What was that you said, Sneko?
I said you're not British enough to be the Smitten.
Don't need to be.
Put down your phone! Stop playing the egg game!
I'm not. I'm thinking.
Just be quick about it. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
He's getting irritated. The background music is getting louder.
Look,
I don't think it's getting louder. I think it was just like.
I'm not supposed to say this,
Of the loop.
but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Yeah, the overlay is getting more prominent.
Special, Kurt.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
I can prestige right now for 1,048 eggs.
Of course you're special.
Whoa!
Why else would you be here?
I was saying that just to mess with you. I'm not playing, I promise.
Calling us special isn't going to make
No.
us friends, even if it did feel nice. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping
I don't
you
like
save
being
the
upside down, by
world.
the way.
Okay. Throw away your phone, hide it in the other room. But then I've got like 4 other phones with the game installed on it right in front of me, so.
He's a Linux user. He has 9 billion different phones.
There you go.
All of them. This is somehow worse.
I've told you everything you need to know.
I'm in the way of that
Going
text
into
now.
more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more
The background is definitely getting louder. It's cranking the volume the longer I sit here and fuck with
to
them.
sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
You're a lying narrator.
I really don't think it is.
She
It
just
absolutely is.
can. Believe
Sure,
me,
I'm in
I
the way
wish
of
I
that
could tell you
text
more,
now.
but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
I've been deleted.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Okay.
Sure, it's her
I guess you
beauty.
just don't
Why
want chat
not?
to be visible.
And before you ask, no.
What?
can't
I just flipped
keep
you on your
there.
side.
If you
Back.
don't
You're
slow
laying
down,
down.
She's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know. But it's
You're having a
just the way it
snooze.
is.
On top of chat.
Chat's fine. And actually, chat's gonna be on top of you.
Nom 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 nom.
Fine.
Oh, and then if chat's still visible, then it's fine.
I've lost you.
Deleted me.
There we go.
I'm dead. Oh, okay, I'm back. Honestly, being upside down was kind of the best out of all of the options. I liked my old position. Put me back. Put me back to where I was before. I'll just hang out here. It's fine.
Hang on, I want to try something.
Damn.
There you go. Or it can multiply
You
you.
invert me? Wait, no. Put me back there. It looked like I was hiding behind the trees and shit.
Oh, like that?
Look, I'm sneaky. I'm hiding. I'm gonna get you.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with...
You skip his dialogue?
By accident, yeah.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with?
Yes, they're good people.
You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation.
The hero's
I
good.
just
The
hope for
smitten's
all our
a simp.
sakes that you make the right call.
Should I proceed to the cabin or turn around and leave? If I proceed to the cabin, I pretty much know how that's going to go. I can turn around and leave.
Are we running away? What are you doing?
I
We
need
have to
tools!
Save her.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope, don't need to. Yep, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like
Fuck
this
you.
path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
How convenient for you, narrator.
Suspicious.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the
For the record, I didn't change your opacity. I just changed how you get mixed into the scene.
Dies. Forever.
I'm there again. Yay.
There's actually a lot of interesting options. For example, this is normal, right? And then there's add, which just adds your color on top of what's already there, which is why you can see the windows through it. And then there's subtract, which, well, inverts the colors based on your colors, basically. It's not quite an inversion, but in this case it is because it's black and white background. There's screen, which is this. I'm not sure exactly what that does, to be honest. There's multiply, which takes your color and multiplies it with the color behind it. There's lighten, which basically just uses you as bright light, in a way. And there's darken, which darkens everything except for you. Kind of.
I would like to be default. Thank you very much.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Uh-oh, I've broken them.
What's going on? Where are we? Oh, I don't like this one bit. There's not a single damsel in sight. How dull.
Snack out, we're out of damsels! The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by texture nothingness, it is
Okay,
quiet.
so-
There is distant rumbling inside of many sounds, undulating pulse louder as something comes close. Feelers? Those are hands, sir. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You're no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. Embrace the thoughts! Intelligence, you have a story you need to finish. It is the only way for us to escape this place. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Forget, this world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There's only so much shred in this place. Do not waste it. I'm your only salvation. Chapter 1.
Oh, episode
You're
again.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world.
Notice how this.
Yes?
Notice how the skip button is available now. That skips all dialogue you've heard before.
Okay.
Only when you pick an option, though.
Viva la revolution!
Spirit.
We're gonna slay a princess.
Short path
You're gonna
to
kill
the
her now?
cabin.
Yep.
You'll find the princess within.
Hell yeah.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Fuck princesses. They deserve slaying. All of them. Forever.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
To the cabin! Why do you not come equipped with their own weapon, by the way? Yeah.
The interior of the cabin is almost a blade is your implement.
Reasons.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the
You take
blade.
the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. Oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp. A hint of
No, you feel heavy and
from
damp.
the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
That's kind of fair.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Different greeting.
Don't
Interesting.
let it fool you.
Emperor, no
It's all
spoilers,
part
please.
of the manipulation.
Emperor. How doing? Cause yeah, this game's kind of weird. Hi.
Don't be a stranger.
Oof.
It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the
I'm
world?
good. You're sick? Damn.
Focus on the task at hand.
Focus, crew. No distractions.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me
You're
or
here to kill
something?
this princess.
Just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
I mean,
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster.
The world
Killing
did
someone
kinda
in cold
end
blood
last time
isn't
when you
very
killed the
becoming of
princess,
us.
so.
The blade
Good for him.
tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
yeah.
Against your better judgment, You step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
I'm hoping to accomplish a
Just
conversation.
make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it
The
is.
tea's cold. You could flirt with her.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone.
I believe her.
The world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall?
She's
Have
got a
I
very
told
good
you
point.
I'm allegedly so dangerous.
You know, Kick actually has less delay than YouTube does.
That's impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that
One,
I have your
two,
best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
But 2 seconds.
Not bad.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free. Fine. What do you want to know?
You can't.
Mwah.
Don't
Behind.
bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't...
Hikaru?
Yeah?
Well,
Mwah. I love
Ah.
we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
No, she's absolutely suggesting we cut off
She
her
is.
arm.
I'm sure of it.
What's her name?
She hesitates before answering.
Is she a fae?
You can address me as your Royal Highness.
She's a fae.
Or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
She's a fae. She's a fae. She is a fae.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Well, she told me her name. I'd have control over her, so yeah, she can't.
Too long.
She's not a fae.
She's a fae.
Again, she offers
played
no
this game, I know
specifics.
she's not
No
a
matter
fan,
how
I'm telling you
hard
right
you
now.
try,
Totally a
you'll
fae.
never get a straight answer out of her.
Stop spoilering.
Okay.
Don't jump to any weird
I'm
conclusions.
not bothered. She's just a
We're
princess.
two people who have met each other.
She's a fae.
By definition, we have a relationship.
A world-ending fae. A world-rending fae.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Do I?
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
I'm trying to be sneaky.
And
Shush.
if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
I win here.
It's a chance we'll have to take.
Why are you
We can make
laughing?
this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has
Hey,
to die.
Cooking Panda.
You're making a mistake.
You'll see why I'm laughing.
This is a game that I don't know how to
Slay
describe.
princess.
You turn your back to the princess
Your
and make your way to the
your
stairs.
mission is to save princess. That's how that's there.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains.
It's a
She
psychological
can't,
horror.
right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice?
She is going to get out.
Don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job. It's never too late to do the right thing. Now hurry.
Aww.
You charge the princess.
Oh, I was hoping you'd-
trembling in your
no.
hand, but you've already lost the battle.
I was hoping you'd give me a different option.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess
Kill issue for sure.
kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
I'm sure you would be.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it?
You ever just wanted an onk?
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Good job. You're dead.
Died last time too, bruv.
On a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the
Based on the events of the previous loop, I'm going to go in with murderous intent.
You're here
Ooh.
to slay her.
Okay.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What takes you so long to...
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't
Nothing.
have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Nothing.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
What are you
What does it
doing?
matter what he knows?
Nothing.
There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Your phone ran out of battery? That's a big rip.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Ooh, there's an option to join her.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
Or you could take revenge.
You're being annoying.
I could. But there's something to be said for aligning yourself with the greatest power in the area.
Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter.
But I want to hand her the world on a silver platter.
Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world.
Yeah, I'm actually going to kill her.
It's harder than it has to
The
be.
hero isn't a knucklehead.
If that's what you want, I guess.
Can they? Could we replace the knife with an AK? Maybe that'd be fantastic.
That would be really fantastic, yes, but I don't think that's an option.
The interior of the cabin is larger
Oh, what?
and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
If I try to climb that ladder, it's going to fall and kill me.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small?
Not that kind of game, don't worry.
We don't feel small. We are small.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be
Don't-
difficult to slay
no,
the
no quick
princess and
saves.
save the world
No
with
save
a weapon.
stems.
What? What are you talking about?
Spell in your chat once you do quick
Walk up
save,
to
I'm
the
like,
wall
yeah.
next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
So I'm a griffin
How
or something, right?
ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky.
Kinda?
Some things are better left unseen.
Interesting. Yeah, you guys missed the part where she cut off her own arm
Open, revealing a spiral
after
staircase.
biting into it.
Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
There are no wrong choices in this game, buddy.
Definitely
Her
is.
booming voice rolls up the stairs.
No.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
She sounds evil horny.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
Crew,
We need to get
TOS.
down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Should we be worried
Sim-
about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It is a bit sus.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
Make my way downtown. Do 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 do.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her
In the
long
basement.
hair billows around her.
I remind you, that's
chain
a
bones
stained glass
her
window in the
far
basement
wall.
So?
with light coming through. In the basement.
Again. So?
Basement.
Again. So?
Basement. This woman has invented the light bulb.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless.
I agree. We should marry her.
Charming audacity.
There's no I'm killing this. I'm gonna murder her.
Mommy? Sorry.
Drop it.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy, sorry.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly
Really?
to the floor.
Yep.
Okay.
We
You
didn't
can kill
have to
her.
do that. And yet you did. She's
Not
so
anymore.
much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going
Wait a
on,
minute.
and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
She has a chain right there ready for you, so yeah, Panda.
That's
Oh
my
my
good
gosh.
little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
I love how it looks like you're saying that.
The last time we met, you told me I
Back
was
with you,
destined
bro.
to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world
Yes, Sneko
as
is a
it
princess.
now is overdue for alterations.
And alliterations.
It's time for me to seize my
So
destiny.
the narrator wasn't
And you,
lying. The princess
little
is going to
bird,
destroy the world. So
will help me seize
Only
it.
because I suggested it to her.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it?
Shut the fuck up.
It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? And you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it?
She is Thanos!
He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay. First things first, you're
Stab her
going to have to
toes!
stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfect.
For the record, the reason I nailed was so that I could grab the
If
knife.
you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a
You're not
battle
gonna
that
be
you've
able to
already
grab the knife,
lost
but-
in your mind.
You've already given up your will to her.
Fuck it, I'm gonna pledge myself to her.
Your will was so
Not gonna ask.
easily
Not even gonna ask
broken.
questions.
Nope.
Am I that magnificent?
She is a goddess at this point.
All you need to do
Yeah,
now
but you're gonna
is
learn
break
some
my chains.
info about the lore and story.
I guess I could, yeah.
If this is what you want,
more.
then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
That sounds like quitter talk, narrator.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now.
I don't have a knife anymore. Look at my hand. No knife.
Is
Talking
she
about the
talking
narrator.
about you?
Oh, yeah.
That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control.
No.
Oops.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done. You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please, don't do this.
You don't have a choice.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. And it is good. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Who needs agency?
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave. Nothing, and then everything.
Achievement unlocked. But you do not take her hand. Something's taken her away and it's left something else in her place.
Where did she go? Should we try and
Mirror!
find... Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? He is. Does that mean the world ended? Figures the world would end and leave us with all this nothing. You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I feel anxious. Does anyone else feel
She didn't dip, she got
anxious?
yoinked.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. I don't want to look at us. I'm begging you, don't do this.
Too bad. Looking in the mirror.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Suns are gone, but the mirror remains in time for you to see what's in it. The body, it's you.
You could have taken a second to actually look at yourself there. You were in the mirror.
I did. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here.
Did you see what you are?
That was a griffin, right?
You kind of, you're an anthropomorphic birdman.
Yeah, so griffin. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. This is clearly the hill, though. There's the trees and stuff. There's the branch. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her. You recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It's the entity that dwells in the space between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
You're the thing I met in the space outside the woods, aren't you? I thought that was a dream.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
You remember the hands?
Yeah, of course I remember the hands. How could you forget the hands? They're all handy and feely and touchy and They were called touching things.
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I am me. I am the light in the empty city.
She already said she was the lights.
Thoughts without
I know, she's the
connection.
lights. I'm the light.
A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Feeling pretty creaky right now, I'll admit.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
The handy boys.
This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you. You are the only thing I have ever known.
In fairness, yeah, the narrator wasn't with us when we met her. When we met
The
it.
space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. How can the world have
Music
ended
was
if we are talking?
Good.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Interesting.
Very roundabout way of saying yes.
Yeah.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Typically, yes, because one does not shit in one's mouth.
In the current context, it kind of matters, yeah.
Also,
Are
that,
you
yeah.
gonna kill yourself or kill her?
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Interesting.
Doesn't hurt you, probably hurts her.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
So, okay. Interesting tidbit there.
Is it clicking?
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
She's a creature of perspective.
What are your thoughts? And what was the next part of what she said there?
Bring me more perspective so I may be whole, and perhaps someone will know her. Yeah, but the princess is a creature of perspective.
She's a creature of perspective.
Yeah.
She's a creature of perspective. What should you say after that part?
Bring me more perspectives.
No, she said she can do it if you believe her to be able to.
Well, that too, yeah. I already knew that. She already told us that. Back in the dungeon.
So, your opinions, your thoughts on what that could mean?
That ultimately, whatever, I don't think that she exists. She is a perspective, a part of our psyche that we are being sent to kill in our own mind.
I have
Shockingly
not lived.
close.
I am not afraid to die.
I'll leave it at that.
Or possibly part of our mind personified. But either way, ultimately, clearly, our beliefs have power. We destroyed a chain by thinking about it earlier.
You destroyed the chain by believing
Until
she
we meet
could
again.
destroy it.
Yeah. Well, sort of. We destroyed the chain by believing that we could destroy it, because she said that we could.
No, the whole point was us believing that she could. That was what she was saying.
Okay, fair, I guess. Either way.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
You look pretty wet to me. But your skin is existent.
Give me an exuberant.
No, existent. Her skin exists. If she was entirely dry, she'd be like... Well, she wouldn't... Her flesh would be very gaunt.
I think her skin would still exist whether or not she was dry.
Okay, you stop drinking water, and then in a year and a half, I will have a look at your corpse and see how much water is left. How dry you are.
Water content and dryness doesn't affect whether you have skin or not, crew.
It absolutely does. Have you ever looked at a desiccated corpse?
Being dead determines whether you have skin or not.
No, you don't understand. Like, your skin will still exist, yes, but it won't look full. It'll be tight and taut, and be more like paper than actual skin. Water, we are 80% water. There's a reason that we are. She would not look that good if she was dry.
She is a god. Or, well, as close to as one you can get.
You
Did you not
ask
see how
of things
shiny she
that
was?
cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
She's wrong, but she's also right. Depends on how you look, whether or not you're considering physics.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
She is flame.
If you need
She's
time,
fire.
then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you,
Hell yeah.
but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage?
Who said I was hand drawing this cage?
You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
I fucking love it when that happens to people. Everyone always picks the wait option, and this always happens. It's amazing.
Yep, guess what? We're just gonna do something else. There we go. Steam closed, we're just gonna wait.
Bro, no, come on. This is what Slimesicle did.
What? What? He closed
Charlie
Steam?
Slimesicle, he did this exact thing. He ended his stream.
Yeah, I actually very much did consider it just now.
He came back the next day and played the game.
Yep. I very much just considered doing that. Like, that was actually, like, I was thinking about doing that, and then I didn't, but still. How many updates? How many corrupted
Can you not
updates?
play games while things are updates?
Yeah, you can.
Then why aren't you doing that?
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left.
Mere
your side.
moments, she says.
To them, it was mere moments.
Attempt to outwait your destiny.
I think you may have just missed, like, the biggest hint in the game.
Did I?
I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Why did you close the game
You're
again?
on a path.
Because I wanted
in the
to
woods,
re-see it.
and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Well, now you have to
And in
start
the basement
all
of
over
that
again.
cabin
Like, from the
is a
beginning.
princess.
And you told me I wasn't allowed to save, so
You're
fuck
here
you.
to slay her. If you don't,
I don't think
it
you'd
will
do
be
that.
the end of the world.
You can just skip all this dialogue, by the way, and go through, like, the exact same steps you did to get to the tower.
Do I have to do the first circle around again?
No,
Like-
that was something you did and was just... Doing that repeatedly over and over gets you a weird alternate ending that has nothing to do with the story. You go through
Viva-
the 6 stages of grief, and then you get, like, a new ending, whatever.
Viva la
She will
revolution!
lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word
There is
she
also an auto
says.
button there, by the way.
Well, fucking I asked for that earlier.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save
I was waiting if
princesses,
you'd
not
see it.
slay them.
I want you to realize that this is not an ideal environment for my Erlands.
I know. That's why it's very good that it's voice acted, right?
Yeah.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the
I
floor
suggest you
and
just
walls are
skip
painted
through
in a
this,
fine layer
because you
of
have
dust.
experienced this before.
The only the blade. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds.
Don't let it fool you.
Her voice, who's there?
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so.
Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you
That's a
steel
different
your
option.
resolve.
It is, yep.
Oh? No talking
I guess
then?
you're going for a different type of
Fine.
story then.
Yep.
What even makes you think you can kill me?
I'm gonna go for the cold-blooded murderer killer one.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So,
Yeah,
you
because
should
now
just
you know that your
drop
perception shapes her
it. Best
powers.
not to risk
Yep.
finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Not really, no.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, She entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Is it?
Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad.
I feel great!
It was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help
I
ease
murdered!
your guilty
Yay!
conscience.
Murder's fun!
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
It's a panopticon!
What happened?
We ate it. It was delicious.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
That's bullshit!
What's done is done. And there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days
not happy?
or months or years.
No, I want to
or
leave.
even decades.
Let me out. It's bullshit.
It's all a wonderful, boring blur.
But you're happy.
You've never been
I am happy. I committed murder. That was fun. Murder's always fun.
We're not just gonna stay here forever.
Who doesn't love murder?
Are we really happy?
A lot of people.
Or is he just telling us that we are?
I think you are happy.
No, I'm happy. I'm sure of it.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices' pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist.
This is depression.
Forever.
You got the good ending. Good job.
I saved everyone. Yay!
Yay! It's actually known as the quote-unquote good ending.
That's why I tagged this as a spoiler.
An old submariner.
I love Spoons the cat.
Drawings they have themselves. It's fucking great. You don't love the snake there? Oh yeah, so whenever you beat the game, it gives you a playlist of all the songs that played. Your own personalized adventure playlist.
Join the Discord, join our mailing list, join the subreddit. Follow us somewhere else, make your playlist, play our other game. Oh, I clicked join the subreddit. Oh, there it goes.
Of course you clicked the subreddit. Of course you did, you fucking Redditor.
I am such a
No,
Redditor.
this is spoilers. Look away, look away, look away, look away, look away.
But I'm summoning kobolds at midnight.
Close that.
Summoning kobolds at midnight. It's actually a great story. And apparently, chapter 183.2 is available.
I think you'd enjoy. I think you'd enjoy Choice of Tales, Choice of Story, whatever the fuck they're called.
Choose your own adventure?
Yeah, Choice of Games.
I had so many choose your own adventure books as a child. Player other game.
Yeah, Choice. Scarlet Hollow's kind of garbage.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Hang on. It reminds me of this.
Huh? You know you want me.
Let's go fight evil.
I'm not going to destroy the world for you or anyone.
There's a new pure evil one in Crowley Heights.
And this one's gonna destroy you before destroying the world.
Eat my yarn!
Their tight little nucleus has been ripped asunder.
Part of the Book of Pure Evil was a Canadian cartoon that, cartoon, no, it was live action. The movie is cartoon, and the story of it's fantastic. But, it's Heart of the Book of Pure Evil. Honestly, a fantastic show. Basically... Okay. Damn it, I was gonna explain how the movie came about.
I will be right back!
Okay. But Heart of the Book of Pure Evil is so good.
Chicks love danger, right? And dudes who aren't afraid to face it.
I love the menu.
Hey, crew, just to let you know, going back or walking away from the cabin only does the hands thing if you're on the second or third chapter.
I didn't know there was a third chapter, so...
It's an actual route if you do it on, like, the first chapter.
Huh. Anyway, Heart of the Book of Pure Evil was really, really good. It was a live-action show.
You're on a path. You're here.
And honestly, I can't recommend it enough. And the movie came about because it got cancelled after the end of the last season. And the creators of the show really wanted to finish it out, but they weren't given any funds or anything to do so. So the fans got together, raised all the money, got the voice actors, got permission from the owners of the show, and made a movie. With all the people that were in the show acting their own characters. And of course, like, they originally wanted to do it live action, but so long has passed that no one looks like they did anymore. And so we got it's a fantastic horror movie. Unironically, it is so good.
Horror or is it slapstick gore?
Yes. It is unironically both.
No, are there like actually terrifying, scary moments?
Yes.
Huh.
Hey, Space Channel presents everything you always wanted to do in high school with everyone you always
Space
wanted
Channel?
to
Is
do
that
it
fucking
with.
knockoff
Ladies.
Disney?
What?
The fuck is Space Channel?
Space was a Canadian television channel that doesn't exist anymore, sadly, that was basically all sci-fi all the time, including original productions. Unfortunately, it then got purchased by Bell, and it's now just called...
Space.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it was Adult Swim, but sci-fi.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Genuinely. Well, okay, so what happened is Bell bought it, and now it's called CTV Sci-Fi. And it's nowhere near as good, because they don't make original stuff anymore, they basically just show sci-fi, but not even all the time anymore.
They National Geographic it.
Yeah. And the channel, there's another channel that used to be called Spike, and it was basically bullets and guns and just action shit. Yeah, you probably have. It was just fabulous. And then Paramount bought it, and it's called Paramount Network now.
Yeah, it was punk stuff, right?
Yeah, kinda.
You gather it from the name, Spike.
Yeah. But yeah, Todd and the Book of Pure Evil, if you've never seen the show or the movie, it's worth watching. Because it is slapstick, it is comedy, it's also horror.
So,
yeah.
What now?
Honestly, right now, I want to play something else.
Okay. For me, do the turnaround thing.
Okay.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
And honestly, I want to stand up and walk away because my butt hurts. That's big part of it. Why? Yeah.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Close the window. What? Oh, you're talking to the browser
what we're being
window.
asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It
Be
looks
nice to
like
the
this
hero.
path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around and leave. Turn around again and leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, when it says continue quietly down the path, is it talking about toward the path to the house or away?
Yeah, I don't know.
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
I think he's pulling some skullduggery.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
A
At
little bit of
first,
a
it's
Freudian slip
little
there.
flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you
Bring us the girl, wipe away the debt. I called it way back at the beginning.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course,
Kinda, yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
The end.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
I'll let you save here. I wanted to see the fun cabins.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my butt hurts. I had, like... I was moving furniture and stuff yesterday, and so I'm just kind of, like... hurting. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we will continue this another day. Shut up. No, bad.
He's such a tired
Bad.
little boy.
Bad boy.
He needs to have a little nap. Poor boy.